What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 4 different crypto mining stocks today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. The 4 stocks we're going over are CleanSpark, Marathon, Iris Energy, and Bitfarms. At the request of Cow and Nino Nikki. Yes. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's actually start talking about these things and get on with our lives. All right. So CleanSpark. It is Sunday for me right now. It is Sunday evening, so right before the week's about to start. So these videos should be relevant, right? CleanSpark having a hell of a month in October, literally moving down 9.3% and having a lot of volume. It does appear to me that CleanSpark has somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders pattern going on right here. It's a little bit unorthodox. I will say that is kind of a funky looking head, but it's actually like a Bart Simpson inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? You got your Bart, and you got your left and right shoulders. It's like a Bart head and shoulders. I would expect, and this is an inherently bullish pattern, it's even tilted to the upside actually. I would expect that you do break out to the upside. You could go a little bit lower, of course. I think the lowest I'd give you is about 935, but truthfully, I wouldn't expect that you go lower than like 970 itself. You're at 1033 now, but a little bit lower might be where you're destined. If Bitcoin's moved down over the weekend or is having a hard time, you might see these mining stocks move down as well. But they do run independent of crypto sometimes. Sometimes Bitcoin could be moving down and these crypto mining stocks move up. So it's not totally dependent on that. However, I would expect you broke the 50, you had a bearish close to last week. You're in areas that you could find support, but it would make a little bit more sense, I think, to go just a little lower. Maybe to fill this gap down here, an area that you've already kind of filled, but you just could go below. But again, nothing. I don't think you'll actually go like at this tip. I think you'll just go just a little lower than you are now. So something around $10 to 970. Let's say you're at 1033, a little bit lower, and then we can start talking about you moving up. If we look at the low here, come on you to the high of the pattern, and we put your breakout right at the neckline there, which technically if it's moving up it'd actually be higher than this, but let's leave it there. Your breakout move would actually take you up to about $22, and this is probably where I would see CleanSpark being by the end of the year. If not by the end of the year, well, that would be great. That would mean that we've got a lot higher to go. But what I would expect is that, yes, we've probably, whenever it comes time to making this breakout move, sometime in the middle of this month, late into this month, you'll have broken out of this inverse head and shoulders, and then going into December, you'll complete this move up to your target area, which is right around previous areas of resistance here. Again, going up toward like $22. So you're at 1033. A nice little over 100% move up to the upside for the end of the year here. Looking good. Definitely makes sense to me. And then going into next year, I would expect that you continue into those price targets that we've been talking about, something around like 30 to $50, probably to finish out the quarter of 2025, the very first quarter. So that's CleanSpark. Let's move on to Marathon. Marathon here in somewhat of a kind of wedge looking pattern, right there on its monthly basis, definitely consolidating, winding up, ready to break out. It could break out to the upside, it could break out to the downside. I'm definitely leaning toward the upside idea. We're at $16.11 right now. Looking on the monthly RSI, we are residing above the 50. Actually, we're just below it now, but mainly residing above the 50 this year. Getting just below it is not necessarily a good look, and with last month's close, you did actually reject the 50, to be completely fair. The weekly RSI is in bad shape, and this also would suggest that you're going lower as well. And the daily doesn't look good either. So with that in mind, being at $16.11, you might see some kind of standard retracement based off this low to high here. Let's see. Yeah, you're just below your 0.5. I would fully expect you're at 1611 now, that your move does not stop until 1543. Potentially you go as low as 1380, but that would be the lowest I give you. I wouldn't think you go below 1380, and I really am expecting around 15 to 1550. That's probably where you're going to find support, somewhere in that area, right? Maybe just below $15, but over the probably coming days, again, sometime this month, I would expect you to find that low, and toward the end of this month, start moving up, or even the halfway point of this month, start moving up again. All right, so a little bit down. Iron, $9.05. Looks like it wants to move down as well. Rejected the overbought zone. You do have lower lows in your RSI while maintaining higher lows in the price, but you don't. It's not confirmed hidden bullish divergence yet. And right now, it looks like you have these nice higher lows and higher highs coming in. It would just make sense that you kind of come down to the bottom of this. It's not really a channel. It's curved on both accounts, but it would look pretty. I don't know. That's why I'm calling for it, because it would just look nice. That doesn't mean it has to, but it's kind of been following this formation. I don't know. And then whenever it broke, this last one here, it was sloped to the downside instead. Whenever it broke this formation, hey, it wasn't finding support at the lows. It actually did what they call a partial decline, where it didn't quite reach the low. Then it broke out, and once it broke out, boom, it's off to the races. So I do think you'll go a little bit lower, probably just eyeballing it, probably around like 820 to 830. And then if we look at the fibs, 830 is your 6.9, 860 is your 618. That'd be a perfect area to go to. If not, I don't think you go too much below $8, guys. So a little bit lower, just a little bit lower, and then up from there. I definitely expect Iris by the end of the year will be around, if not above, its all-time highs, around $30, right? So got a lot going for it. Why wouldn't they just? Is Iris taken? Is that why? Yeah. Well, it's not taken. It's not taken on the Nasdaq. Why wouldn't you? What? I get it. Iris, energy, Iren. I get it, but Iris. I feel like that's more obvious. Why not? Why wouldn't you? Anyways, Bitfarms. I promise you, I wasn't that beaten up about it. I just couldn't find in my notes what the last one was. That was like it seemed like a dramatic pause right there, as if I was really broken up over the fact that they didn't name their stock Iris. I could care less, or couldn't care less, however that's properly supposed to be said. Anyways, guys. Let's finish this up. It's getting toward the end of the night for me. You know how I get at the end of the night, you guys. I like to ramble a little bit sometimes. I just can't seem to let go of the computer, of the desk here. The bed is calling me, but ramble on. I might, or I shall. I don't know. Okay. $1.86. That's where you're at now for Bitfarms. Last week, hell of a rejection off the 236. A lot of volume came in. Absolutely, I think you're going to move lower. I have no problem calling for that. I just have a problem calling for, like, what this fib would suggest would be that you move down to about 92 cents to 77 cents. And maybe that happens. Maybe it does, but I don't think it will. I'm going to go for one of those rare 0.5 calls here. Previous areas kind of resistance here and here, right? You even found a little bit of support on it for a few weeks here. And you found some support in this zone nonetheless, right? Something around $1 to $1.25 is where I think you will find support. You're at $1.86 now, so definitely a ways to go down. The weekly RSI sucks. Daily RSI, I would agree that you're moving down as well. So that's my expectations for Bitfarms in the short term. Then, going into the end of this month, or definitely looking toward the end of this year, certainly the beginning of next year, we can talk about you moving up and probably moving up towards your all-time highs, if not above there. I got nothing else I want to say, guys. I've said everything. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.